The honourable member for Cape Breton Centre.
Mr. Speaker, my question is for the Minister of Health and Wellness. We have asked both the Minister and the Premier about the cancellation of prenatal classes several times. The Premier himself said that he would look into why the in-person classes were cancelled. This morning, we learned that senior staff with the NSHA were instructing bureaucrats to be careful about how they communicated the final cancellation of online classes with the public, noting, and I quote, "There is high political attention and negative media attention to discontinuing universal prenatal classes," and I'll table that. Mr. Speaker, does the Minister agree that his decision to cancel universal prenatal services in Nova Scotia has resulted in some loss of public health credibility?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The clarification of the member's statement there, this was not my decision. I believe the language used by the member in her question was something along the lines of explaining your decision to do this. Mr. Speaker, that wasn't my decision for this program change. As I've responded earlier today, the health authorities that are responsible for the operation and the delivery of healthcare programs and services on the front line, they review all programs throughout our healthcare system. This would be one of them, one that they've reviewed and determined that the resources and the investment and delivery will have better outcomes when they targeted people with higher needs based upon the utilization of the program that was previously in place.
The honourable member for Cape Breton Centre.
Mr. Speaker, doctors in Nova Scotia are worried that new parents are getting less reliable information because we no longer offer that information publicly. We know that prenatal classes help new parents build confidence and connect with support networks that serve them long after their delivery. Without prenatal classes, Dr. Natasha Deshwal has nowhere to send her patients but Google. According to Dr. Deshwal, and I quote, "People are sometimes just not even bothering to get the information just because it's too much work. And if you're going to go online, you have to sift through to kind of figure out what's really valid and what's not valid." What a way to find out prenatal information. Mr. Speaker, the majority of other provinces offer prenatal education in person. Does the Minister think this decision to cancel all public prenatal support will support maternal and infant health?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, I want to make a factual clarification of the statement made by the member in her question. There is still prenatal supports and programs within the province of Nova Scotia, Mr. Speaker. What they've done, as I've explained, is a particular program, the online course program offering. The Health Authority, as part of their overall review of prenatal programming supports that they offer, looked at the investment made in that program, the utilization, how many people were accessing and making use of that service to determine what kind of a positive impact it could be having, and they compared it to investing in other areas, particularly targeting more intense and available services for higher risk prenatal people with prenatal programs, Mr. Speaker. So they've rearranged the way that they deliver prenatal supports. That's what's happened. It's not been a cut of all programs and supports. It's been a realignment to have better outcomes.